Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hub 32. We are back. My apologies for being gone for a while. Apologies from all of us, actually. But mostly me, because I ended up having a surprise surgery on Monday at 3 o'clock in the morning. Had a surprise appendectomy before my appendix burst. Luckily, I got in time, even though I procrastinated on it for about 3 days of having really bad pain. So finally brought myself in, or had my girlfriend bring me in. I finally went into the ER. They got it out. So I spent this last week actually recovering, and still doing a little bit of that. So I really just wasn't up for doing videos right now, and the other guys agreed to go ahead and wait till next week. So my apologies again for being out. In an ideal situation, we'd have backup footage and backup videos for times like this that we could pop out, or at least have videos filmed in advance, which was the goal a while back. So in cases like this, we'd have videos to put out, so there weren't long hiatuses with no videos, but unfortunately that's not how it always works out. So anyway, that's where we were last week. More particularly, like I said, that's where I was. But we are back for this week. Right now you're looking at some beta footage for the Division. Beta ends on Monday, early Monday. Actual game comes out March 8th, so I figured I'd jump on the beta. I've played about 2 hours worth of it. I'm liking it. I'm not liking the cover mechanics. They're a little bit wonky. I find myself constantly accidentally jumping over things or climbing on top of things I don't want to jump on, because there's one simple tap of the B button and you climb over something, and then A is to actually take cover, but I'll confuse those sometimes, and in the midst of like a firefight, you'll be jumping over the wrong thing at the wrong time. And oftentimes when you can't really see how far down the area that you're jumping into is, you might find that you're jumping into an area where there's a bit of a fall and then only a ladder to get out. And if you're being hit with the flamethrower, you're not getting on a ladder in any quick fashion, at least. So that's a little bit of a gripe from me. It's a little bit repetitive. Then again, this is a beta, so I mean, this isn't the full game, but I mean, the game's coming out in what, 2 weeks approximately before the game's actually out, so I can't imagine they're going to really change too much. What you see here is mostly what you're going to get. You're just going to get more of it. I don't think you're really going to be able to do too many tweaks within the 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure the game's pretty much locked and loaded right now. If there's any kind of tweaks that they can do, it's not going to be anything significant, so I'm pretty sure the cover systems as is, the actual overall gameplay as is, and like I say it's repetitive just because it feels very similar to Destiny, how you pick up missions from your main hub area, and then you kind of just sent out into this big open world. Now I do enjoy the world itself. It's really well put together. It looks realistic. I enjoy the apocalyptic feeling of it. It's actually well put together. But overall, I mean, you're just sent out. It's go collect X thing from said person after killing said number of guys, bring it back, you're done. Or go save said person. I mean, there's not much you can really expect from a third person shooter like this that's an open world kind of RPG thing. I don't know how much I really expected from the Division. I was never super stoked about it coming out. But I mean, there's one particular mission where you're asked to turn on the power, and I mean, it really is just you go down constant corridor after corridor, just killing the same kind of enemies, all flamethrower guys and dudes with shields, and it's the same 2 enemies the entire mission, and they always come in packs of 2s or 3s, and that's it. And you it's going to be that the entire time. In one particular spot, I'll probably put the footage in here, but you've got to carry some component to a generator to start it back up, and you pick it up and a wave of enemies will spawn. You drop it, you go fight off the wave of enemies, you pick it up, you walk 5-10 more feet, another wave spawns, you drop it, you fight off that wave, and you just repeat that 3 times and you're done. And it got really boring to me. And I never played online with anyone else. There was other people online. I tried to get in a couple games, couldn't really get anyone on. So I mean, there's definitely a cooperative aspect of it that you're supposed to play into. I was never super big on that. I didn't really care enough about that to delve into it and I don't think co-op has ever really saved a bad game, if you ask me. If you don't like Borderlands, you're probably not going to like Borderlands with 2, 3, 4 other people. So personally to me, I mean, the game's fun, but it probably won't keep my attention any more than Destiny did. And there's a certain point where I got up to level 20, 21, 22 in Destiny, and I was like, I've seen just about all I'm willing to see on the game. Not that I've seen everything. I'm sure there's a lot more, and there's, you know, once you get higher levels and you unlock bigger areas, there's probably a lot more to explore, but it's all I'm willing to invest in because I've seen the base of the game. You add sparrow races and more enemies and more weapons. It's not going to change Destiny. Destiny is what it is. It's the same basic kind of enemies fighting over, you know, a million times. And it's the same basic kind of guns, just slightly different variations of all of them. I mean, it really doesn't keep my attention very much. And there wasn't really, and the world was fun to look at, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't really enjoy the characters too much from what I've seen in the Division beta. But again, I mean, in a game like this, I don't know how much the story is really what you're playing for. But that's just my opinion off the beta. This isn't necessarily a review, and I may or may not pick up the game when it comes out. It may be something I pick up down the line. I've got so many games in my backlog that we're still looking to plow through and possibly do more challenge videos for. But I mean, I might get around to actually buying the Division, maybe do a challenge video for that eventually. But right now, I mean, I'm not super stoked from the beta, so I'm not really super stoked about the game itself. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying this footage here. I'm going to go back to relaxing. Got to go back to work here in a few days. We'll be recording the Prime show tomorrow. You'll of course see that on Friday. We'll ideally have something out for you guys on Wednesday, and this will ideally be out on Monday when you're watching this. You guys have a great night. Enjoy. Hope you enjoyed the beta. Hope you enjoy the game. And take care.
So we're done.
Okay.
And I will say
We're
again,
done.
We're almost done.
this isn't
Almost
stealing.
doesn't mean almost.
This isn't stealing.
Almost does mean almost.